Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to dive into a science that is, believe it or not, all around you, every single second of every single day. It's called chemistry. And to get started, I want you to just think about a few things you probably see all the time.
Have you ever been in the kitchen and watched food being cooked? You ever wonder why a green vegetable might change its color when it's heated? Or how about why a chapati puffs up and gets those little brown spots? What's going on there?
Or how about this one? I'm sure you've seen an old gate, or maybe a bicycle that's been left out in the rain for a while. Have you ever wondered why that shiny, strong iron turns into that reddish-brown, flaky stuff we call rust? And think about a time you were sick. You took some medicine, right? And after a little while, you started to feel better. But have you ever thought about how that little tablet or that syrup actually knows what to do inside your body to make you well again?
Well, guess what? The incredible science that holds the answers to all of these everyday mysteries is chemistry. That's right. Chemistry is the key that unlocks how our world works on a really deep level.
So what is chemistry actually all about? Well, at its very heart, chemistry is the study of something we call matter. Now, that might sound like a big, complicated word, but it's super simple. Matter is just the scientific name for stuff. Yep, that's it. It's anything that has mass and takes up space. So look around you right now. The air you're breathing, the water you drink, the chair you're sitting on, even your own body. It's all matter.
Okay, so let's get the official scientific definition. Chemistry is the scientific study of matter and the changes it undergoes. Let me put that another way. Chemists are scientists who study all the stuff in the universe and, this is the really cool part, how that stuff can change and transform into other stuff.
So when a chemist looks at a piece of matter, what exactly are they studying? Well, let's break it down into four main things they look at. First up is its composition. This just means what's it made of. Think of it like a recipe. For water, the ingredients are hydrogen and oxygen. Second, they look at its structure. This is how all those tiny little building blocks, called atoms, are connected together. Third, they study its properties. What are its characteristics? Is it a solid? Is it a liquid? What color is it? Does it have a smell? And finally, the fourth and most exciting one, the changes it can undergo. This is where all the action happens.
Now, when we talk about changes in matter, there are two main types that you really need to know. There are physical changes and there are chemical changes, and understanding the difference between them is super important.
Okay, so a physical change is when something changes its form or appearance, but it doesn't change what it actually is. The best example is ice melting. Ice is a solid, right? It melts and becomes liquid water. It looks different, but it's still H2O. No new substance was made. Now, a chemical change, that's a whole different story. This is when a completely new substance gets created. Remember our rusty iron? The iron reacts with oxygen in the air, and they combine to form something totally new, iron oxide, which is rust. It's not just iron anymore. That is a chemical change.
By now, you might be thinking, okay, this is kind of cool, but does it really have anything to do with my life? And the answer is a huge, giant yes. Chemistry isn't just something that happens in a fancy science lab. It's happening in your kitchen, your bathroom, your backyard, and even inside you right now.
Seriously, think about it. Every time you cook food, that sizzle in the pan is a bunch of chemical reactions. The soap you use to wash your hands, that's chemistry at work, trapping dirt and washing it away. We already talked about medicines. The petrol and diesel that power our cars and buses, that's all about chemical energy. Even making sure our water is clean and safe to drink, that's pure chemistry. And you know when milk goes sour, you guessed it, that's another chemical change.
Now, chemistry is a massive field, so scientists break it down into different branches. We're just going to touch on them briefly. There's organic chemistry, which is the study of things containing carbon, pretty much the chemistry of life. Then there's inorganic chemistry, which deals with everything else, like metals and minerals. Physical chemistry looks at how matter and energy interact. Think batteries. And analytical chemistry is like being a detective, using science to figure out exactly what stuff is made of.
So why is learning about all this so important? Well, it's because chemistry literally builds the world we live in today. It's not just about understanding things, it's about making new things and making our world a better place.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Chemistry is like a superpower for humanity. It's the science behind the life-saving medicines and vaccines that keep us healthy. It's how we developed fertilizers to grow enough food to feed everyone. It provides the fuel for our industries, helps us find ways to protect our environment, and it has given us amazing new materials like plastics that we use in everything from our toys to actual spaceships.
And you know what? Because chemistry is so important, learning about it opens up a whole world of exciting opportunities for your future. If you find this stuff interesting, you could be one of the people who helps shape our world tomorrow.
For example, you could become a doctor using your knowledge of the chemistry of the human body, or a pharmacist helping create those life-saving medicines. You could become a chemical engineer designing new products and materials, or a research scientist making brand new discoveries. You could even become a teacher, just like me, and inspire the next generation. The possibilities are endless.
So if there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Chemistry isn't just about what we already know. It is the science of the future. The solutions to some of the biggest problems our world faces, like finding clean energy or curing diseases, are gonna come from chemistry.
So let's circle back to where we started. If you remember just one thing from our talk today, make it this. Chemistry is the science behind literally everything around us. From the air we breathe to the food we eat to the technology we use. It's all chemistry.
All right, let's do a super quick recap. What did we learn today? We figured out what chemistry is, the amazing study of matter and its changes. We saw its scientific definition. We found tons of examples of it in our daily lives. And we talked about why it is so incredibly important for building our world and our future. I really hope you're as excited about chemistry as I am because we have only just begun to scratch the surface. In our next explainer, we're going to dive even deeper into the idea of matter and explore its different states, solids, liquids, and gases. It's going to be great. I'll see you then.